Hi there, my name is Hannah James, and today I'm going to be talking about the Navajo tribe versus the Snowbowl ski resort located in Flagstaff, Arizona. Before we dive into this, here are some things you need to know. The sacred San Francisco Peaks in Arizona is being exploited. The Navajo people and 13 other indigenous tribes believe the mountain to be sacred. Snowbowl Ski Resorts is using reclaimed water to create more snow on the mountain. The treated reclaimed water could be harmful to wildlife and important plants. There are actions being taken by the Navajo tribe, along with others, to protect the environmental and public health of the mountain. Dukoziji means mountain that reflects. The peaks are considered to be female to the Navajo tribe. The mountain itself represents life. The peaks are where medicine men collect herbs for healing ceremonies. These herbs include the graceful buttercup, Respy's milkvetch, and crenulate moonwort. My bad. So here's a brief timeline of when the Navajo and other indigenous people decided to petition against this. In 2012, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals allowed the ski resort to make snow out of reclaimed water, aka sewage water. In 2015, the Navajo tribe filed a petition with the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights after the court refused to look into it. The Inter-American Commission on Human Rights lacks authority over government, but it could help push. In 2017, this plan to use reclaimed water creates 1% more snow on the mountain and made the ski season 147 days longer. In 2018 to 2021, the ski resort Snowbowl continues to use this new method of creating more snow. It's really only benefiting the ski resort. All right, and now I'm going to be talking about how the Universal Declaration of Human Rights comes into this personal case. Specifically, this relates to Article 18 and Article 27. Article 18 says, everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom, either alone in community with others, and in public or private, to manifest his religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. And then Article 27 reads, everyone has the right to freely participate in cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, to share in scientific advancements and its beliefs. Like I said earlier, medicine men take these herbs from the sacred mountain and use it for healing ceremonies, which is within their beliefs and religion. I also want to address that indigenous peoples have been charged with protesting the construction of the ski resort on this mountain before. So the actual construction, there was a protest for as well, and it went through. And they still pushed for more ways to exploit this mountain. I want to relate Article 18 quickly to one of the videos we watched in class about the coming of age ceremony and how Chief Colleen Sisk fought to have a closure for herself and the tribe to be able to hold this coming of age ceremony. That also falls under Article 18, just as well as any of the ceremonies, healing ceremonies, and sources that need to be brought from this mountain. A lot of what's happening also is in violation of the Native American Sacred Lands Act. The Native American Sacred Lands Act requires managers of federal land to 1. Accommodate meaningful access and use by Indian religious practitioners, 2. Prevent significant damage to Indian sacred lands, And 3, consult with Indian tribes and Native Hawaiian organizations before taking significant concerns, such as lands. This prohibits undertakings likely to cause significant damage to Indian sacred lands. So the violation of the reclaimed water, exploiting all of the sacred herbs and land that is on that mountain, is definitely a violation with the Native American Sacred Lands Act. This quote is very important, and I had to put it in. It is, people compare it to baptizing a baby with reclaimed water, and this is from Ed Caboti. Just a personal note, I think it's sad that not a lot of people are into be side by side protesting with these indigenous tribes and the Navajo, especially when it comes to something like this. When if it came to Christianity and baptizing a baby with reclaimed water, there would be a lot of speculation and a lot of people protesting with each other. All right, so now there's the American Declarations on Rights of Indigenous Peoples. So in Article 19, it's right to protection of a healthy environment. I'm just going to read the highlighted parts for this because these are the ones that really cover the material that I am sharing. So 1, healthy, safe, and sustainable environment. Like I stated before, this reclaimed water can be potentially dangerous to wildlife on this mountain, as well as the herbs, nature, the whole mountain, even the public health of the people who go to Snowbowl, and the native tribes. It could be bad. 2, protect the environment and to manage their lands, territories, and resources in a sustainable way. Once again, the herbs, the wildlife, and the people. 3, Indigenous peoples are entitled to protect against any harmful substance that can negatively affect Indigenous communities, lands, territories, and resources. So the protests are going on, and a lot of them are being kicked out from these protests, telling them that they can't do this, when it states clearly in the American Declaration on Rights of Indigenous Peoples that they can have full force with their petitions if it is causing any harmful substance in communities, lands, territories, and resources. All right, and then number 4, Indigenous peoples have the right to conservation and protection of the environment and the productivity capacity of their lands, territories, and resources. Another quote is, we've been criminalized, we've been arrested, and we've been attacked. We will not give up this fight. Benelli, which is a Navajo, he is a Navajo tribal member. As I related to the Wintu Girls of Coming Age ceremony in the last 2 slides, I'm relating to it again. In that video we watched, the chief was criminalized after pushing and pushing to get this closure for her tribe's ceremony, and still she was fined and arrested, just as these members of the Navajo tribe were being arrested for the protest of construction. The Navajo Nation, who believe the discretion of the peak throws the Navajo life way out of balance and weakens Navajo traditional healing ceremonies and prayers. When I was doing research, a lot of the Navajo tribal members were saying that they're fearful of these newer generations not being able to experience what years and years of their tribe have practiced because of these restrictions and degrading setbacks. All right, and then lastly, there is a current petition still up, and other resources on how to help. The link is provided, as well as phone numbers and places you could send in letters. This is very important, and I strongly believe that something should be done about it, and everything should be done with more respect. All right, and there's my works cited and the link to help out. Thank you so much.